Hello again, everybody. Bruce, Diamond Jim's 45. Come back from the grocery store run. You don't have to search through milk cartons. Here I am in the flesh. Where have I been? Well, my wife and I, Mrs. Diamond Jim's 45, have been on a epic vacation. The last 2 weeks we've spent in Germany, France, and Switzerland. Basically, the majority of it on a Viking cruise. You might have heard of the Viking Corporation. They run a great ship, a taut ship, pardon the pun. We had a lot of fun, endured a lot of heat over there. They had an epic record, a heat wave in Europe where we were at, but we still had a great time. As hot as it was in like Speyer, Germany and Strasbourg, France, we ended up seeing snow in the Alps in Switzerland, and actually my wife made a snowball. So in total, just a lot of fun. Met some great people, Alex, Tamara, Charles, Jill, had fun with them every night at dinner and beyond. And we liked it so much, we booked another cruise for next year while we were on the trip. So anyway, have a pickup to show you. It came while we were gone. I always have the mail held, and it was there right on top when I picked the mail up today. You might have noticed in my last video, I said I had a couple of holes in my collection. I needed a Steve Carlton card. I needed a Ted Simmons card. I bought a Steve Carlton card to shore up one of those holes. It was a 71, easily his best Cardinal year. And staying with the 1971 theme, I got this in the mail while I was gone, a 1971 Ted Simmons rookie in a PSA 6 Lighthouse and QR code, so somewhat new grade. It looks beautiful for a 71. Man, if you can latch on to a 71, at least a 6, those things are like gold. They are going to be really sought after, especially if you buy some in a collection and put them in your display case as a dealer. So that's the pickup I got. Couple of Ted Simmons stories. Golly, about 2 years ago, I found myself at the Ballpark Village, inside Ballpark Village, or by Busch Stadium. Not a big fan of Ballpark Village when it's full, but I was, for different reasons. I was there like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, just before a Cardinal day game. And Ted Simmons was walking through the area, and I shook his hand and said, when we would come over in the 70s from southwestern Indiana, you were the main attraction. And I called him Simba, and he actually shook my hand and said, "Thank you for calling me Simba." So that was made somebody happy that day. And back when we would go over in the early 70s, we would always listen to KMOX Sports on a Sunday morning to kind of like a preview of what we're going to see that day in St. Louis at the ballpark. And people would call in with their questions, and the announcers would give their opinions and such as that. And I remember we were driving over one time, probably, I guess it was 75, during Ted's epic year where he hit 332 and caught constantly in the heat of St. Louis. And he was I thought he would be better than 6th in the MVP voting that year, but he was 6th, and that was his high water mark as far as the MVP voting. But back to the story, we were driving over there one time, and we were listening to KMOX Sports on a Sunday morning, and a lady called in, and we, more than a couple of us, remember this call, but she said, "Why doesn't Ted hit the ball hard enough to get it past the infielders, but soft enough to have it bounce in front of the outfielders. And the guy on the other, the guy manning the microphone at KMOX was really nice to this lady. He said, well, basically, there might have been only one guy in the history of baseball that could have done that, and Ty Cobb, and I doubt if he was able to do that. He was just an excellent hitter. So, you know, we always thought that phone call was funny, and we still talk about it, you know, 50 years later. So anyway, Nationals coming up in a couple of weeks. Maybe just about 24 days, maybe. Yeah. What are your plans? Are you going? Are you staying at home? I'm going again. Like I said before on this channel, I have free lodging. My daughter lives about 15 minutes away. And it's down one street and it's down the other, and they drop me off at the Stevens Center, and I'm there for whatever the National brings. Anyway, Mrs. Diamond Jim's 45 and I are driving up Monday. We're going to spend the week at my daughter's, coming back Sunday. But driving up Monday, getting my credentials Tuesday, just like last year at about noon. Going to the show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I believe the YouTube get-together's Thursday night. Trade night, I guess, is Saturday. That's still up in the air if it's going to be on site or somewhere else. I have not yet learned that. Found out today by watching one of Garrett's videos. He will be set up, but he will be upstairs. Hopefully, the upstairs is a lot more dealer and customer friendly, like spreading out the aisles a little bit more, that type of thing. Yes, wear comfortable shoes, drink plenty of fluids. You know, that's true, but you're not building a bridge across the River Kwai. You're at a baseball card show, and well, you know, do what you have to do to get yourself through it. You know, something I did last year. Thursday and Friday are full days for me. Okay, obviously Wednesday the show doesn't start till later. Saturday morning is family time, and I get there noon or so, and that ends up into later in the evening into the trade night. So I really don't miss that much. And anyway, what I do on my long days, which are Thursday and Friday, along about 1:30, I will avail myself of a soft drink, and I'll just go outside for like 30 minutes and just, you know, walk around on the sidewalk, just look at people, get some fresh air, get some sunlight, watch the planes take off from O'Hare, and just spend about 30 minutes or so outside, away from the show, take a deep breath, and go back into the show. But makes me feel good the rest of the day, you know, energizes me a little bit more, and everything's good. So, plus you're at the National. So if it can't be good then, when's it going to be good? Anyway, speaking of shows, maybe not as big as the National, but pretty good here. This is what I think is the best show in Evansville outside of the Armory shows and that one time a year show late in the winter. Going to be set up at the Newburgh American Legion Friday the 10th, Saturday the 11th, Friday the 10th, 3 to 7, Saturday the 11th from 10 to 4, all time Central. So if you're in the southwestern Indiana area, why don't you come by and say hello? Want to get a show in before the National and see what I can do. And that's going to be it till the National. Kind of keeping my powder dry till then, as probably you are, unless something comes along that you just can't pass up. You know, you got to make the jump. So Anyway, hope you liked my vacation talk. Hope you liked the Simba pickup. And yes, he enjoys being called Simba. Take it from me. I'm not going to lie to you. There's the back. The 71 backs on the old Peaches are so cool. I have no old Peaches from 71, but they're so cool anyway. Anyway, my national plans have been made known. What are yours? Are you going? Are you staying at home? And don't forget, this Saturday coming up, Friday and Saturday, the 10th and 11th of July, 3 to 7 on Friday, 10 to 4 on Saturday, all time central at the Newburgh, Indiana American Legion. So, once again, that's my time, this time, till next time, so long for just a while.